Moving on. The human rights situation in Bangladesh has worsened sharply, with rising reports of disappearances, attacks on minorities and political repression. In response, members of the Awami League staged a protest in Geneva to draw global attention to these serious violations under the Yunus-led interim government. They demand accountability, calling for Yunus's resignation and highlighting the urgent need for international intervention to protect democracy, minority rights and restore stability in Bangladesh.
The human rights situation in Bangladesh has sharply deteriorated in recent months, drawing alarm from international observers and rights groups. Reports of disappearances and attacks on minorities have surged under the interim government led by Nobel laureate Muhammad Yunus. Political opposition figures and minority communities are said to be under increasing threat, with allegations of arbitrary arrests and torture. Temples have been vandalized and incidents of religious violence are reportedly on the rise. The country's democratic institutions are widely viewed as weakened, with growing calls for international scrutiny. Against this backdrop, members of the Awami League held a protest at the Broken Chair Monument in Geneva during the 60th session of the UN Human Rights Council, aiming to bring global attention to the unfolding crisis. Protesters accused the Yunus government of serious human rights violations, including killings, rapes, enforced disappearances, arson, and filing false charges. They carried banners demanding Muhammad Yunus' resignation and the cancellation of his Nobel Peace Prize. Chants such as terrorist Yunus and step down Yunus were heard, while demonstrators also voiced support for Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the founding leader of Bangladesh.
Yunus government is, in my view, he is completely illegal. He takes state power by terrorist attack, and he is committing illegal things in Bangladesh, and there is a minority and a political opposition are arrested without any complaint. They are in jail without any complaint, and they are killing in the jail. For example, yesterday also our one minister, he was in the jail and he died, and we see the spot of torture on his body. So Yunus is committing and promoting the religious extremism in Bangladesh. So we want immediate resignation of illegal Yunus.
Recent reports from Bangladesh highlight a troubling rise in attacks on minority communities, including the vandalism of Hindu temples and idols. The security situation for religious minorities has deteriorated significantly, raising fears of targeted violence and persecution. Protesters claimed that the frequency and intensity of these incidents have reached alarming levels, demanding urgent international attention.
It is a very high rate in Bangladesh. Not only Hindus, other minority and free-thinking people also paying a very high price for this situation. They are killing every day, disappearing also every day.
The future of Bangladesh remains uncertain amid escalating political tensions and widespread unrest. Despite the current turmoil, the Awami League continues to recognize Sheikh Hasina as the legitimate and incumbent Prime Minister, reaffirming its commitment to her leadership. However, the political landscape is deeply divided, with opposition groups and critics increasingly challenging the government's authority and accusing it of undermining democratic principles. This persistent confrontation between ruling and opposition forces has created an environment of instability and unpredictability, raising concerns about the country's ability to maintain social cohesion and economic progress.